You're laying in bed at night, tucked in under your sheets, comfortable and warm. Your mind starts to drift off, and for a moment you feel weightless. Your conscious mind stops processing, and your unconscious mind takes over. You're about to slip into a dream, and everything around you starts to change. But just before you fall asleep, something strange happens. You don't quite enter the dream state. You're still very much awake. You can still feel your body, but you can't control it. Your arms, your chest, and your face all begin to tingle. You try as hard as you can to move, but you just can't do it. Finally, you muster the strength, and you sit up. You pause for a second and look back at your bed and notice something strange. You're still laying in it. This is the phenomenon of today's video, astral projection. Before we start, I want to thank you for your support. By watching this video, liking it, and subscribing to the channel, you help improve the chance of my content getting out to new people. You can help me help others so the algorithm can do its thing. Astral projection, at its core, is the process of detaching the conscious mind from your physical body. And once that separation has taken place, you feel free, truly free, not just metaphorically, but literally. You're no longer bound by space or time. You're no longer restricted in physical movement. You can go anywhere, at any point in history. But is it real? Well, some people will argue that it isn't possible to detach your conscious mind from your body, but for some others, they not only say it is possible, but they've done it. They talk about out-of-body experiences and journeys into other realms of existence. Astral projection is often associated with the spiritual and the paranormal, but it doesn't end there. Researchers and scientists have been involved in astral projection for decades, and they're not privately funded. They're with the government. Some believe it's a way to connect with higher realms or explore the depths of consciousness. Could we use astral projection to spy on our enemies? Could we travel to distant planets without ever leaving Earth? The possibilities are both exciting and unsettling. Join me as we delve into the world of astral projection and explore the stories of those who claim to have unlocked its secrets. Ingo Swann was a man of many talents. He was an artist, an author, and a self-proclaimed psychic. But Swann is perhaps best known for his role in pioneering remote viewing. This is the ability to see things beyond the reach of normal perception. Swann claimed he could view distant locations and even travel through time using only his mind. He worked with the US government on classified projects, using his abilities for espionage purposes. Swann's work with the government began in the 1970s. The CIA was interested in exploring psychic phenomena for potential use in intelligence gathering. They recruited Swann and other individuals with purported psychic abilities. The goal was to train them to become psychic spies. Swann's alleged success in remote viewing made him a key figure in these programs. He claimed to have accurately described remote locations and even influenced events from afar. Regardless of one's beliefs, Swann's story is a fascinating chapter in the history of psychic research. The CIA couldn't ignore the allure of this phenomenon. They poured millions of dollars into research, hoping to find a way to weaponize the mind. Their aim was to turn ordinary people into psychic spies, to try to influence important political figures around the world, and to gather state secrets from their enemies without ever having to put a single person in the line of fire to do it. The possibilities were too tantalizing to ignore, so the CIA embarked on a top-secret mission to explore the world of psychic espionage. The various projects were consolidated to Fort Meade in Maryland. They called it Project Stargate. For decades, they trained individuals with purported psychic abilities. These remote viewers were tasked with spying on the Soviets, locating hidden facilities, and even predicting future events. The CIA kept meticulous records, documenting successes and failures. Did Project Stargate yield any actionable intelligence? Some believe it did, pointing to anecdotal evidence and declassified documents. The truth, as always, likely lies somewhere in between. However, we will never truly know the scope of success seen in Project Stargate. What if instead of sending people to fight on the front lines, wars could be fought in the shadows, in the minds of soldiers, where spies can infiltrate enemy territory without ever leaving their chairs? That's the promise of psychic espionage. Psychic spies, armed with extraordinary abilities, could gather intelligence from afar. They could penetrate the most secure facilities, all without leaving a trace. The idea of psychic spies has captured the imagination of researchers for decades. They point to declassified documents and credible anecdotal accounts as proof that governments have explored these possibilities. Some believe that psychic spies played a role in major historical events, influencing the outcome of wars and political negotiations. It raises questions about the nature of consciousness, the limits of human potential, and the lengths to which governments will go to gain an advantage. The cold, concrete corridors of government buildings are where these top-secret investigations took place. Recruits were found for Project Stargate with purported psychic abilities underwent rigorous training. Some accounts of what they endured behind closed doors included drugging, sleep deprivation, and invasive procedures. The fortunate few that were not exposed to these practices could have been trained by people like Ingo Swann, Uri Geller, Pat Price, and Joseph McMoneagle. They practiced remote viewing, clairvoyance, and even psychokinesis. Their aim was to discover how to unlock the true potential of these individuals to yield maximum results. The goal was to turn them into weapons, capable of infiltrating enemy minds and gathering intelligence from afar. For over 2 decades, Project Stargate operated in secrecy. Remote viewers were tasked with locating Soviet submarines, spying on foreign leaders, and even predicting future events. The program's successes, if any, remain classified. But declassified documents hinted a world where the impossible became possible. Some remote viewers claim to have accurately described distant locations, while others allegedly influenced the minds of their targets. The legacy of Project Stargate continues to fuel speculation. With the visible success seen amongst various test subjects, further questions were raised about the abilities possessed by these individuals. What if seeing distant places through time wasn't the limit of their abilities? What if they could control minds, move through time, or even contact extraterrestrials? The Montauk Project is shrouded in mystery, and very little is known beyond the few secrets that were uncovered. Allegedly taking place at Camp Hero, a decommissioned Air Force base on Long Island, this clandestine operation is said to have explored the darkest corners of psychic research. Rumors swirl about bizarre experiments, time travel, mind control, and even contact with extraterrestrial beings. According to proponents, the Montauk Project was a continuation of the Philadelphia experiment, a legendary World War II project that allegedly rendered a warship invisible. While much of the evidence surrounding Montauk is anecdotal and often contradictory, the stories persist, captivating those who believe that governments are capable of unimaginable horrors. The rumors surrounding the Montauk Project are as chilling as they are bizarre. Some claim that scientists at Camp Hero achieved the impossible. Time travel. Using a combination of advanced technology and psychic abilities, they allegedly opened portals to the past and future. Eyewitness accounts describe individuals vanishing into thin air only to reappear years later, their minds scarred by their experiences. But time travel was only the tip of the iceberg. The Montauk Project is also said to have delved into the darkest corners of mind control. Allegedly, researchers subjected unsuspecting subjects to horrific experiments, using drugs, hypnosis, and electromagnetic fields to manipulate their thoughts and emotions. Everything we've discussed today sounds surreal, but how much of it is true? What verifiable evidence has been presented, and what can be considered no more than conjecture? The truth, as always, is rarely black and white. Take astral projection and psychic espionage. The idea that governments would explore these realms seems far-fetched, and yet the CIA did have a program dedicated to psychic research. Not only did they dedicate decades worth of time into it, they spent millions of dollars. Psychic research, a field fraught with controversy and skepticism, continues to fascinate and divide. Despite decades of study, there's still no definitive proof that psychic phenomena are real, beyond government reports written during the high of the Cold War. Yet countless individuals claim to possess extraordinary abilities, from telepathy and clairvoyance to remote viewing and psychokinesis. So, where does that leave us? Are we on the cusp of a scientific revolution, or are we chasing shadows? The legacy of psychic research is a mixed bag of tantalizing possibilities and frustrating dead ends. Perhaps the most important question isn't whether psychic phenomena are real, but why we're so drawn to the possibility. The enduring allure of the unknown is something that we can all relate to. We humans are curious creatures. We crave knowledge, yearn for answers. The unknown beckons to us, whispering tales of hidden truths and unexplored frontiers. Astral projection, psychic espionage, time travel, mind control. These concepts, while often relegated to the realm of science fiction, hold an undeniable allure. They tap into our deepest fears and desires, forcing us to confront the limits of our understanding. Why are we so fascinated by the unexplained? Perhaps it's because it reminds us that there's still so much we don't know. The world, for all our scientific advancements, remains a place of wonder and mystery. The possibility of psychic phenomena, however remote, hints at a reality beyond our current comprehension. It's a reminder that the universe is a vast and complex place, full of surprises, exploring the boundaries of human potential. The human mind is a powerful instrument. It can conceive of galaxies far, far away, unravel the complexities of the natural world, and even imagine its own non-existence. But what are its limits? Could there be untapped potential lurking beneath the surface, waiting to be unleashed? If these abilities are real, even if only in a handful of individuals, what does it mean for humanity? Could we one day harness the power of the mind to heal the sick, communicate across vast distances, or even transcend the limitations of time and space? The exploration of psychic phenomena, regardless of the outcome, is ultimately a journey of self-discovery. It's a reminder that the greatest mysteries are often found not in the stars above, but within the depths of our own minds.